Hi, welcome back to Metal Rules TV, where the underground meets the playground.
It does.
I'm Jeff Rappaport.
I'm Joey from Landmine.
And I'm Matthew Givens.
Okay, in the news.
That's Suffocation, if you need a translation. I like the pause and then the finish.
You gotta have that.
Just let it go. Fade out. Good luck, sound guy.
Yeah. I did that, by the way, I did that without any special effects.
That was without special effects.
I do my death metal vocals with no effects. So call me if you guys need a backup.
Yes.
Maybe you guys didn't want like a doo-wop death metal guy in the background, like.
Barbershop Quartet.
You know. Anyway, so Suffocation has a new album coming out. Pinnacle of Bedlam. It's coming out February 15th, which is 4 days after my birthday, by the way. So if you guys would like to write on my wall on my birthday, or maybe drop by and do an interview, or bring me presents.
Buy it for him.
Yeah. Or anything you'd like to do.
Yes.
You guys aren't that far away, aren't they, from New York or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys can just hop on a bus or something, or get in your
They're
car. And
like
come
the forefathers of the New York scene, Jeff. Come on.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, they should come down here. I do say they were from New York.
Yeah. But you said it skeptically, like, aren't they from New York?
Because when I start drinking,
Like,
I get confused.
Isn't Iron Maiden from Britain?
Last week when I get under pressure sometimes, I just saw something on eBay.
Isn't Gorky Park from Russia?
Yeah.
I can't.
I get confused. Like I second guess myself. Like a couple weeks ago, I was like John Tardy singing for Obituary, and I'm like, wait a minute, is it Donald Tardy that sings, or is it John? I get like, you know, and I call. We were talking about Dimebag, and they said that's not really his real name, and then I said, yeah, it's Vinnie Paul, or something. I was mixing. Things I know, but under pressure. Okay, I said he's from New York. I think whatever.
Okay, all right.
Let's get over this.
All right, you're right. I'm sorry, man.
Pinnacle of Bedlam. I mean, so it's the best of the worst?
I guess. I don't know.
It's the best of the worst.
Yeah, I don't like the title that much.
You know, Pinnacle of Bedlam. I'm very literal. So I'm thinking like, you are the best of the worst.
So you're too confused on that.
Yeah, they usually have great album titles. Like last one was Blood Oath.
I mean, Effigy and I forgot. Come on, dude. You're not.
Pierce from Within.
Yeah.
Totally to the point. Understand.
Yeah.
Pinnacle of Bedlam.
I'm not pierced anywhere, so.
Yeah.
My one thing about
I am, but I can't show it on YouTube.
Oh, but look for him on PornTube.
Red Tube or whatever.
Yeah, Eskimo Tube.
Beefcake Tube.
Saying any more names would just really get my spot out there.
His name on there, if you're looking
Bear
for him.
Tube.
Cracked Peppercorn. That's his name on there. You have to look for Cracked Peppercorn, and that is him. You can see all his paint and all his...
And my peppercorny goodness.
Yes, all of it.
My spicy sack.
Now I'm going to say something that might be considered controversial.
I know what you're saying.
You already know?
Yes.
I was not a fan of the early Suffocation. I like the later Suffocation.
Yes.
Okay, I thought you weren't a fan at all.
No, the later stuff I like.
Like what era?
The self-titled album?
Yeah, it's a good album. Yeah.
I really liked a lot. And that might be my favorite album.
What about Pierce from Within? Because that's my favorite of theirs.
No.
That's like their mid-era, I would say.
What was it?
That was like album number 3, I believe.
Yeah, in the beginning, I
To me, that's the...
I couldn't get into it.
That's the pinnacle of Suffocation.
Yeah,
Okay, well, that's fair.
You know, like...
The self-titled album was good.
Suffocation.
You like that?
Yeah, I really did.
And they were a shun band.
Yeah, yes.
You guys are part of the shun... We actually, another term we came up with, shun metal.
Shun metal.
Shun metal. They are a shun metal band.
Any band
Not
has
anymore,
shun metal.
though. They are getting their just desserts, aren't they? Being up for the Long Island.
No, that's not what we
Baby.
meant, but we meant...
No, we meant-
It just ends in shun.
No, not in shun. Suffocation, incantation.
Oh my God!
But
Yeah,
yes.
I finally get that. What you're
But
saying?
now that we've mentioned that, may as well go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead and say what you were going to say.
Yeah, they've been they're up for an award, and not like the leg lamp from Christmas Story. It's a different kind of award. They're Long Island Hall of Fame or something like that. It just celebrates everybody from that area.
And yeah, like Dee Snider just got in, I believe, and they're up for getting in, or something like. Maybe they already did. I don't remember. But yeah, so I guess Long Island at least is good at recognizing their death metal contributors.
Now, Long Island, that's in Florida, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
They make great
Florida
iced
is
teas.
long and it's an island.
That's why I'm confused, because you said they were from New York and Long Island's in Florida.
Right. I'm sorry.
It's very
it is
confusing.
Well, everybody that is
between
from there
Kansas and
goes there,
Bulgaria.
so I mean,
Right.
yeah.
It's between Kansas and Bulgaria, actually.
Oh yeah.
It's like
Butthole assassin.
Butthole assassin. Greatest band ever.
Yeah, so I heard some tracks from the new album, Sound Fucking Killer. Did you guys hear some tracks?
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
I looked all over for
Really?
it. Everything would
They
not
on their
nothing would
Facebook
come
they've
up.
been posting some songs.
Really?
Yeah, I can't remember titles right now because I'm lame.
No, I can't remember titles either, but I heard I think 2 tracks and then there was a sampler too.
Yeah.
That had a little bit of each one.
But
Yeah.
Like a little
It
snippet.
didn't sound like
Yes.
groundbreaking.
Snippet.
You know, like
I believe in this.
they're not like breaking the mold here, but it's it's good Suffocation stuff. In fact, none of the interviews I read said anything like, "Hey, this is our album. We're going in this direction on." So it's just they're just forging ahead, which is not a bad idea when you're Suffocation. Why mess with something if it's working?
Well, actually, you were asking earlier about the meaning of the album. You want to know what it means? The
Yes,
meaning
it
of
is
the
a
album
concept
is
album, correct.
the tipping point or most elevated moment as we approach the chaotic climax of this existence.
Ooh.
The cosmic scale teeters, and the fate of humanity hangs in the balance.
I disagree.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Suffocation. I love your band. I just don't think that that's true.
I like this better. I like this part better when they go, people should expect nothing less than sheer brutality.
Yes.
Absolutely.
As we perform together with this incredible lineup, we feel the CD will be the best Suffocation album ever to have been released, and we are confident the fans will love it.
Yes. True.
That last part, absolutely. And I understand you got to
More
push
than
the
the
product.
more than the cosmic scales.
More than the earth ending. Which they say is eventual, which I agree with.
That's true.
Half-heartedly.
And you wanted to ask, that Mike Smith comes back and makes a guest appearance on the re-recorded Breeding the Spawn track, Beginning of Sorrow.
Nice.
You were asking what happened to Mike Smith.
What happened to you, Mike Smith? I mean, I found you completely arrogant and way overconfident.
What?
But I really did. Like, there was interviews with him. He was part of a Roadrunner United project, and the interviews just made him look like a pompous
Doucheface?
jerk. But he was. I mean, he's amazing. He's one of death metal's top drummers. So I have nothing but respect for him. Huge influence on my playing, this and that. His strength and endurance just beat out everybody. But I just hate his interviews. Every time he opens his mouth, I'm like, maybe pick up your sticks.
Good point.
Maybe that's why they got rid of him. Maybe that's why you're out of a job, Mike Smith.
Is a disagreement.
What about Dave Colcross? Have you seen interviews with him?
Great. No, I've seen no interviews with him, but he
Maybe that's
looks
the
like a
best.
very friendly guy.
I
Yeah.
hugged him once and it was fine. It was good.
You did? You hugged him?
It was a good hug. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You played with them, didn't you?
Yeah. Suffocation? No,
Yeah.
I did not.
I opened for Suffocation, but Mike Smith, Suffocation, I was in a death metal band.
And he told you to F yourself, basically. Right?
No. I actually, you know what? They were all really cool, and I guess he just puts on that to speak to the masses kind of deal. Like when he knows the camera's on, he knows that that's what he's got to portray as. To be that strong. Like this is how I do things.
I Warrior.
Yeah.
Like iCarly?
But great.
I love iCarly. I'm so sad that it was over.
Yeah.
Did you watch iCarly?
Almost 18.
Yeah.
I think she was.
They stopped the show. No, she was. I'm not.
Now, is she
I'm
related
seeing
to R.
creepy.
Kelly or no?
No. No, now you're mixing up the things with the letters. You can't, just because there's letters means
There's
they're
letters. They have to be the same.
Isn't Dave Smith related to Dave Jones?
Yeah, I think
they
so.
both are named Dave.
They are both
David
names.
Lee Roth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And David Rappaport, they're all similar.
Yes, always. Now, this album also will come with a DVD I found. I don't know if that's all editions or there's just a special edition that has a DVD. No information yet on what the DVD includes.
Maybe it'll just be
Maybe
it'll just be the story of why Mike
Why Mike Smith
left.
left.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, it was them just justifying why they didn't like him in the band. I heard he left because he wasn't happy with the direction of the band and he just wanted to do his own thing for a little bit. So he's probably just looking for a little bit of breathing room. Every musician does especially because they've been playing not like the same kind of stuff, but the
Similar.
same style.
Right.
Yeah.
They're not really stepping outside of their box. I mean, they're keeping it absolutely
They're
heavy
keeping it
and
100.
ballsy. Yeah, they're keeping it 100. Like
No, I think
100.
now it's I find
They're not progressive, really.
not
I
progressive. Not progressive.
Find, not progressive. I find more song cohesiveness
Nowadays.
than back in the day.
I think Pierce from the Thin had a lot of songs.
A little more fragmented.
Well, in their
Right.
interviews, they were talking about really keeping to concept albums.
Yes,
to
I
make
found
sure.
that kept
Yeah,
on
you
to
saw
the
that.
camera,
Yeah, they want to really start keeping.
Which
the
I like
concept
that
albums,
idea.
which is awesome to
I like
me.
theatricality.
Yeah.
and-
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Rush fan, so I mean, concept albums. I'm all about it.
Well, I'm all about more extensive lyrics than just, let's chop up some dead bodies. You know what I mean? That's why I love, like, Decrepit Birth, because they do more philosophical kind of lyrics.
You love them.
And I do. I really love. It was so cool to interview them. Oh, I'm starstruck. But in Cattle Decapitation, another favorite band of ours, I love that they were. And some people criticize them. Oh, that's dumb. They write about animals rising up. Why is that more dumb than most death metal bands write about corpses and Satan?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
To me, it's more creative. Like,
you're doing something different.
Yeah.
Looking at it from another angle, beside
Plus, they had Garbage Pail Kids.
Yes, they have Garbage Pail Kids videos.
I really want to
I
see
bought a pack.
that.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Really?
Matt has them.
I bought a pack.
Yes.
Maybe I'll get one for my birthday.
Maybe.
You just made new fans.
All right, so I guess that's what we have on Suffocation. Or you have something else?
Oh, I also found they're on Nuclear Blast now.
Yes.
And they had nothing but positive things to say. They're really up on Nuclear Blast, and they're good at taking care of them, good at promoting them. Isn't that one of the labels you were not fond of when you had to work with?
Yeah, I had a lot of issues with that, but
Yeah.
but that's on a press side that might be different from the bands themselves.
Right.
For some reason, because it was weird, because Century Media and Nuclear Blast, I think, are kind of owned by the same
Yeah,
company
they
or
merged
connected
or
or something like
something,
that. Never had any issue. Century Media was golden,
Yeah.
but mostly because of Marco Barbieri,
Uh-huh.
who I don't believe is with them anymore. But
At the time, it was good.
he was took super good care of me, so I never had any complaints. But Napalm Death, I think it was the publicist. I don't think it was really the label. I think it was the publicist for it, which is still a label. But the publicists that worked for Nuclear Blast at the time, I did not see eye to eye with them. They're basically
Did you see it?
they're basically twats. I'm going to go out and say that.
Okay.
I'm going to go that on record.
So you had trouble getting the promos you needed and stuff like that.
Yeah, it would be a lot of
But
questions.
to me, that's the promotion. Like that's why it kind of struck me out is that they're saying they're not having a problem promoting. I'm like, well, I hope there's some in the promos.
Maybe they just didn't believe in it. They didn't believe in the awesome power of Metal Rules magazine.
Well, who's laughing now?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Suck it, bitches.
So your move, Nuclear Blast.
Yeah.
Your move. Even though we
Even though we
trash talked you.
Even though we just trash talked you and gave you like a 15-minute segment on your band.
Twat was the word you
We'll
used.
keep talking. So, to give it out.
I'll go high.
Peace.
We're getting more jobs. That's it. I like it.